Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everybody out there. This is Thomas. I'm joined here by my dad, Richard, and my
Hi
brother,
there.
William.
Hi.
Three buff guys, three men on a mission for physical perfection, or something close to it. We have just yesterday, we got off the engagement Zoom meeting with everybody. There were drinks a flowing. It was a great time to be had by all, and we're all feeling it a little bit today. So, without further ado, let's sort of dive into this a little bit slower.
Yeah, it was hard to wake up this morning. Well, it's easy to wake up because when you get to my age, when you're drunk so much, you need to get up about 3 or 4 times in the night. So getting up was easy, but getting out of bed to go for a walk this morning wasn't as easy as it has been for the last week. But I made it, as always. How are you doing, William?
I'm doing more or less okay. Yesterday I had a big scare, but we can come to that in a few minutes.
Okie dokie. Sounds like a plan. So let's go over the typical questions. But when we start with the first one, I think that a good idea, based on what we discussed beforehand, instead of looking at what's changed in the past week, what's changed since we started? We started this thing back in, was it January?
Yeah.
And for you, Thomas, what's changed?
Inches off the waist so far. 4 according to pants, but I think I'm closer to 5, which is perfect for me. I'm feeling better, happier, and consciously I'm making better decisions when it comes to things like groceries. So I think overall my outlook has changed a little bit, which I'm just really, really happy about.
Okay, great. What about you, William?
Same with Thomas. My clothes are getting loose. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with my school uniform or my uniform that I have to wear at college every day because it is very baggy now. Doesn't look too nice. So, yeah. And also for the first part of 2020, so from January to July, in the 7 months, I was averaging 6,000 steps. So now or today, I'm doing twice as much. So that's great.
Okay, sounds good.
What about with you?
For me, let me just stand up a moment.
Here we go, guys, for the twirl.
For those people that didn't know me before, it may not be very impressive, but for those people that know me, they've already commented on the fact that I've changed somewhat. This T-shirt is a large. This is the first time I've worn large in I don't know how long.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a little bit tight at the moment. It's kind of like a Tom Cruise Top Gun look. But give it another few weeks and it'll be looser. Then I'll be heading towards medium. I started this journey with 2XL, down to XL, and down to large. So as with William as well, the amount of exercise that I'm doing now compared to the amount of exercise that I was doing in the first part of 2020, there is no comparison. So yeah. I'm for the most part, I'm feeling great. I really enjoy it. So that's what's changed so far. Pardon?
Who motivated you again? Sorry.
The only person that can motivate you is yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely. No, it's definitely true, because we all know there have been times in our lives when other people around us have been prodding us, pushing us, hinting, don't you think it would be a good idea if you were to do a little bit more exercise? Or do you not think it would be a good idea if you had a little bit less dressing and a bit more salad? All of these things are things that people say to try and motivate you. In many cases, though, it has the opposite effect. It makes you go the other way. So ultimately, the only person that can motivate yourself is you. What you can do is you can surround yourself with like-minded people to help you, like we're doing now, to encourage you. And of course, there is always a little bit of healthy competition, because we're about health on this channel. We're not about unhealthy competition.
Mhm.
So having you two around has helped me to keep myself motivated.
That's great.
Is that okay for you, Smarty Pants?
Not really, but it'll do. It'll do.
Okay. All right then. So what went well this week?
What went well? A lot of things went really, really well this week. In reference to the challenge, but we're going to touch on that later. It was just a good week overall. Feel like some weeks you feel like you really accomplished a lot. This is one of them. I feel like we got a lot done, and I feel happy about how the week.
And you, William?
Up to yesterday, it was an average week, just a normal week.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing bad, nothing especially good. But yesterday, all I wanted to do was go to the hairdressers, and I went to get my COVID test, because that's the law in Austria now. And the first test I did, the nasal one, they said there's a slight dot on the positive sign on the line, and then they said, "Okay, we've never had that before. Just do another one."
That's what you want to hear, isn't it? We've never really had this before.
Yeah, so do the other nostril, and then I did that again. So I had to wait another 20 minutes, and then again, there was the tiniest dot on the positive line, and so they said, just to be sure, we'll class you as positive, but you'll be able to do a gargling test. I don't know what it's called, PCR test.
Yeah.
And that will be for free. Usually it costs over 100 euros. So I did that immediately after. And then I just got my results back about 2 hours ago. And it's negative.
There you go.
So you can go and get the haircut.
Yeah, but today's it's closed.
Yeah, but at least it'll be open tomorrow.
For 48 hours. So I'm going to try and go tomorrow.
So you've been trapped inside?
No, because I called up and they said, well, because you're just a Verdacht.
Borderline?
Potentially positive. You can still go out. So I managed to do my steps today.
Mm-hmm.
I did ask before I went out.
Okay.
But I did also go shopping. I bought a lot of food yesterday in case I was.
Okay.
So. Yeah.
All right. So you're feeling much better today than you were yesterday then?
That's why I wasn't in my best mood yesterday. I was very scared.
You had your silly head on, but that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
So you're feeling good today. That's the main thing.
Well, better than yesterday. Definitely.
Okay. I'm also feeling good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling good because your mum now, she is so full of energy. Twice this week, we've been out for walks, prompted by your mother, not prompted by me.
Good. Wow.
Today, we went out for a really long walk and really enjoyable. And we're both evenly paced at the moment. We went up a long, not so steep, but a very long hill. And there was no need for either one of us to pause. It was wonderful. Great. So, and it's really good. And today, special day for us. It's our 29th wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
And towards the end of the walk, we stood outside the church where we were married 29 years ago, and we took a selfie. So it's probably the last one that it's the first and last selfie we will ever take from there, because the church is closed down now. So next time we come back, it'll be probably a private dwelling. But
wait, no, you're kidding, really?
Yep.
Oh.
But still, that was a special moment. So 29 years today. So feeling wonderful. And as far as do you have more energy? Yes, I do. And I'll definitely have more energy next week, because Friday night, after a very long drive, all things being well, I will be sleeping in my own bed.
It's always a nice thing. It really is.
Yeah. So, okay. So that's me and the more energy thing. In the past, we've asked you two if you've had any more energy, and both of you said, "No, not really. Everything's the same." Any change or?
Since we started, yes, absolutely. I think there's definitely been more energy. It's sort of on a week by week basis. It's hard to gauge because I think the transformation is really slight and subtle that sometimes you don't really notice it, but then you think back to 4 or 5 weeks ago and you remember that flight of stairs and having a hard time, or it catching you out of breath a little bit and things like that. Nowadays, because I live on the 3rd floor and we have to climb stairs to get to our apartment. I remember when this kind of started, it was really sort of pushing me out, making me out of breath to get up there. But now I'm running up the stairs when I come home from work, which
great. Excellent. And you, William?
Definitely. I'm more inclined to go on walks. Like last year, Phil, you always wanted to go on a walk, and 90% of the time they would find an excuse.
Yeah.
And now I've just accepted that. Well, I love looking at my phone at the end of the day and seeing that I've done the minimum of 10,000, because that's just a huge accomplishment since compared to last year.
Yeah.
I think I'm slowly beginning to see my abs coming through. I mean, they're still cushioned, but still, I mean, I haven't seen those babies in like 7 years. So
7 years. You're lucky. Put a 10 in front of that. 17.
What are abs? That's all I'll say.
Yeah, they're coming. That's great.
So proud of you, William. Really fantastic. Really, really good job.
And would you say
what's that, William?
Would you guys say it's been difficult losing this weight over the past 3 months? Would you really say it's been difficult?
No, actually, I don't think so. I'm surprised at how easy a lot of these changes have been. And I think it's because of the fact that we've taken a really different approach than what we've done in the past. And I don't think it's through any of our own fault, but we used to have this very almost regimented attitude of we need to lose weight, cut out all, this, that, or the other. And this time it hasn't been like that at all. Instead of no soda, it's, hey, let's try 4 days without soda and try and enjoy the 2 that you have, or let's try and get out and exercise. And it's more of an encouragement. It makes you feel good about yourself. So I think this time around it's been a lot better, at least on my end. What about you, Pa?
Definitely. It's the big benefit is doing it with other people, and having the chance to share the good times and the bad every week. And I can now see why people go to organizations like Weight Watchers and other ones, because they then get the same kind of thing that we have. Of course, they have to pay for it, but yeah, what makes it good is that it is something that we're doing over a longer period of time, and we all know that we'll have a good day. We'll have 2 good days, 3 good days, and a not such a good day. But as long as we get there in the end, it doesn't matter. So, no, it's not been hard at all so far.
Right.
I've pretty much given up bread.
Fantastic.
The last time I had bread was 2 weeks ago, just over 2 weeks ago, Friday night. And it wasn't by choice. It was fish and chips, and Grandma got some bread and buttered it for me. That's the last time. And I'm not missing it.
Good. Yeah.
So that brings us nicely on to the challenges.
Yeah. Before we get started, did you guys do both of them?
Yes.
Yes, kind of.
Okay, cool.
So for me, the fruit and veg was easy because, as you know, I have my meals put in front of me.
Yeah.
And I told your mum and I told grandma about the challenge. So every night there's been plenty of vegetables on the plate and fruit in the morning for breakfast. So that was an easy one for me. No problem at all. What about you two?
It was good. I wrote a bit of a sort of a food diary. Monday, I had fruit salad at work, which was, I went out of my way to have 5 proper pieces of, fruits. Tuesday, made a nice salad for dinner, and we had canned peaches, but we poured out the syrup for dessert. On Wednesday, it was mixed vegetables and pears. Thursday, I had a little bit of a slowdown. I had a small cup of veg, which was a combination of fresh and frozen.
Mm-hmm.
And then on Friday, to what I remember, I didn't have any.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pizza,
Yeah, I had pizza, yeah.
tomatoes, sweet corn, pepperoni.
That
Come
was
on, you gotta think.
I don't think that's quite in the spirit of the challenge, but and you, William?
Well, I sent you the photos.
Yeah, we'll come on in a moment. So
Yeah, I discovered Mexican rice is absolutely phenomenal. I know rice isn't that healthy. Well, I mean, it doesn't look that nice either, but it tastes absolutely amazing. Oh, and also made soup yesterday: broccoli, carrot, onion, pepper, and something else soup.
that looks really good.
And on the left side, there's sweet corn, kidney beans, also peppers, and a lot of tomato sauce. Not ketchup, but like just tomato sauce. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fantastic.
looks really good. So
That's really nice.
Tastes nicer than it looks.
when you think about it, how much is there in that pan? A liter and a half?
Yeah, more. I think I made about 2-3 kilos worth of rice.
Okay, and the soup?
Well, yeah, there's a lot. There's I think about 4 liters.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so 4 liters is about 6-7 pints, and probably it was a fairly inexpensive meal as well.
Yeah.
I suppose your downside is you don't have a freezer where you can store the thing.
Well, not a large one, but
if you make something like that and you have a big freezer, there's enough there for quite a few weeks, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I don't want to eat that every day for the next few days.
Right.
No, I can imagine that. Excellent. So you're going to keep up with this now?
Definitely. At one point I loved making soup in October and November, but then I just got sick of it so quickly. But I think your idea with the freezing is a lot better. So I think I'll have that for 1 or 2 more days and then freeze the rest.
Mm-hmm. Sounds good. What about you, Thomas?
Well, cooking, it went really well. I'm enjoying it a lot. As you guys know, I used to love cooking. There was sort of a time where I hadn't been doing it as much, but I tried a couple of different things. The one you sort of see on your left, I made a rendition of sort of a Cobb salad. Bought some hard-boiled eggs. We got a salad and a bunch of smaller ingredients. Basically, what I wanted to do was I wanted to have the stuff that we enjoy about the salad. We love the croutons; they're great. they're not necessarily the best for you. So what I did was basically I put what I would have put into that salad, and I cut that down the middle, and threw that in there. That way we had a little bit of what we like, but made a better effort. It was fat-free dressing on the salad and the mayo. I had, if you see top left there, there's some spanakopita, which is I think it's Greek phyllo pastry with a goat cheese and spinach filling.
God, that sounds good.
It was really, really, really nice. Yeah. And then just to sort of contrast that, I love making breakfast. I just feel like there's something really nice about it, and it sets you up just right for the day. So I had 2 slices of toast with some scrambled egg, and I forked out a little bit of money, but I got the smoked salmon with the cracked pepper and lemon juice, and it was real nice. Really hit the spot.
Excellent.
Thank you.
You didn't answer the question though.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Are you going to continue with the vegetables and fruit?
Yeah. I don't know if you were there yesterday, but I called because for everyone listening, I try and do a weekly FaceTime with my parents. And yesterday we got our groceries delivered, and I was really, really proud of myself because we bought couscous, we bought salmon fillet, we bought more salad, fruit and vegetables, and I was taking all these things out, and it felt really good because, to be honest, there's been times in the past where I wouldn't be particularly proud to show my parents what I've got in the fridge, because it's not the healthiest of stuff. But this time I was really happy, really excited.
Excellent. Hey, for me, one change. At the moment, England's still under lockdown. There's only very specific shops that can be open. One of them is a shop called B&M. Another is a shop called Home Bargains. And both of these stores sell discount goods. And with both of these shops, when you walk into them, the first 2 aisles that you walk through, they are wall-to-wall cookies, crisps, chocolates, marshmallows, peanuts, all of that stuff that you think, wow, I need some of those. I really need some of those. And in the past, I wouldn't have been able to make it to the end of the aisle without putting something in the basket. But this time, nothing went in. I look at it and I think, no, it's not for me. Normally, when we drive back from England, the car is full of digestive biscuits, hobnob biscuits, and all kinds of other things. There will be 2 or 3 packs in there just for special occasions.
Pork scratchings?
1 pack at the moment. Maybe there'll be a few more packs in there for some festivities when we meet again in Austria. But then why buy them when you can make your own healthy?
We did that the other month, Thomas, before Christmas. We made our own pork.
No, you did not.
You did? And even though we're on this journey, I wouldn't have a problem to do it again because
Homemade, healthy.
it was fun. It was enjoyable, and I still felt good afterwards, and I still feel good now. So, having said that, what about the skipping, the jump rope? Did you buy one, Thomas?
I did not buy one. No, I did not. But because at the moment I'm in another department of my life, another branch of my life. I'm on this sort of road to frugality and controlling my spending. So I did what every other person trying this does: is I tried to find a free alternative. It turns out that we have a very, very well equipped gym that I've only very rarely seen after living there for years.
Yeah.
And we have jump ropes there. I don't know if I'm going to get hand herpes or something, but I tried it, failed miserably. Well, I did it. I had a good time. I looked like an absolute idiot doing it. But I think that it is something that I'd like to keep up more.
What did you fail?
But the challenge, I don't think it was just skipping at least 3 times. From what I remember, it was trying to skip 3 minutes.
It was
3 times 1 minute.
3 times 1 minute.
Yeah.
So I did it 3. Yeah.
I didn't do that. I couldn't do it.
Okay. There's always this week.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, William?
I have to admit that I did forget or wasn't bothered on some days, but like today I did 12 minutes skipping.
Oh, nobody likes a big head. Nobody likes a big head.
I did it on Monday, Wednesday, and then also for 3 minutes then. And then today I did the 12 minutes because to make up the last few days. That was a lot of fun, but yeah, felt nice. I did it outside on the boat or on the roof terrace, looking at the horse race. So
yeah,
it was decent.
Okay, good. I did mine in an alternate way because I realized from the get-go that I wouldn't be able to do 1 minute straight off because I haven't used a skipping rope properly for about 200 years. So what I decided to do was on my morning walk to walk down towards the path that takes you to Whitchelstowe, and then come to the first street light on the pass and skip as many times as I could. And it started off, I was able to do 5. So, okay, 5's better than none. I then walked to the next lamppost. It's about 150 feet between.
Mm-hmm.
And I then skipped some more. And by the time I got to the bridge that goes over the motorway, I was able to do something like 15. And I was sweating like crazy. It's a really good exercise.
Mm-hmm.
And this afternoon or this morning when I went out for the walk with your mum, we walked up around where the old RAF base used to be. Big long road there, nobody present. I look around, get the rope out of my jacket, and your mum says, "Oh no, you're not going to." And I said, "Yep." And I was able to, in the end, manage 22 without stopping. So I will definitely carry that with me now because it costs €7, $7, cheapskate.
Mm.
And you save $7 if you don't buy a pizza. Go and buy one. And it's just brilliant exercise.
Yes.
So it'll take me a few weeks before I'm up to the 12 minutes, but I'll get there.
Well, it wasn't through, but like, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, I think like 10 minutes of skipping rope is healthier than half an hour of jogging. I think I read that.
I can believe it.
Mm.
I can believe it because my heart rate went up to a healthy level really quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So before we come on to next week, let's go and take a look at Judgment.
I'll take a better photo next time.
Okay. Oh, I just thought I'd slip this one in. For those of you that don't understand graphs, this is where I started, 117 kilos. my goal is to reach 95 kilos. And assuming a linear weight loss, this is the path that it should take. Currently, I weighed in this morning at 108 kilos. So I'm well ahead of where I should be according to the target. For those people out there that don't work with kilos, that's 20 pounds lost from when we started this.
Mm-hmm.
And I've not felt hungry at all. What you see here, this yellow line, this was the weight that I reached when I lost a bunch of weight back in 2009.
Which line, sorry?
This yellow line here.
Okay.
Was that the way to help?
Yeah. So that's where I was then. So I am definitely going to leave that one behind and get down to 95. And if I can when I'm below 95 kilos, this time next year, I will be lighter and fitter than I was when I married your mum. That will be 30 years. This time next year, 30 years. I was heavier than 95 kilos when we married. So that's my progress there. And I'm very proud.
No, you should be.
So far.
Absolutely.
Now we come on to the next bit.
Real quick, just to interject real quick. You, I know that before we got started, you had gone to the doctors.
Yeah.
When you were there, did you get did they do the whole battery of tests where they take your levels? Do you have, your things like your heart rate, your O2 saturation, all of that kind of information before you started losing all the weight?
Somewhere.
Because
the fact is, though, I was in good shape. I find it hard to believe, but my lung capacity was higher than average. My cholesterol was fine, or slightly high, but normal. So I will definitely go back once we get a few months under the belt and have it done again.
Be interesting.
And that is ironic and interesting. How could I have been healthy when I'm carrying 50 kilos more than I should be?
Mm.
Mind you, as you both know, Austrian doctors are very straight. When I had the problems with my throat, I went to the doctor and he said, your basic problem is you're too fat. He said, if you lose the weight, then it'll go away. So I can give you drugs if you want to fix it, but losing weight is the right way to go. And so I think honesty in that case and the direct approach is far better than prescribing people all kinds of medication.
Yeah.
So, let's see. I'll probably go back.
Okay, to this week's challenge, because I've got to go in a few minutes, actually. I thought to try and keep it up with the skipping this week again. Skipping, or at least a workout video and whatever, something short. And also no junk food this week.
Okay.
So I noticed last week that I was eating more chips when I was out, or by Feelies, or having more drinks and, I don't know, sweets and stuff. And yeah, so I don't want to do this week. I mean, on Tuesday I have cooking in school, so there will be sweet stuff, and I probably will sadly have to try it. So
yeah,
you guys can also have a cheat day then. But yeah, so like no chocolates, no, I don't know, biscuits with your tea, or You know what junk food is. I don't have to explain that.
Yeah.
Is that okay?
What do you think, Thomas?
I'd be willing to give it a go.
It's just a week.
Yeah, I'm definitely up for that. What about the alcohol? No alcohol as well, or
On the week, or are you gonna go to see your parents this week? Or
no?
okay.
So I may just have a whiskey tonight. I'll either have tonight or next Saturday night when I'm home. But I won't have any beer during the week, and I won't have any whiskey other than on one night.
Okay. Well, it's more about the food than the alcohol, but yeah, that's fine.
All right then.
Okie dokie.
Okay, so very quickly, scores on the doors. So 15,000, 12,000, very good, William. Particularly when you put on top of that all of the skipping. 15,296, also very good, Thomas. You don't see it on mine, but my daily average was over 17,000 this week.
Very good.
But it's not a competition. So 17, I did 120, 130. Yeah, so 130,000 steps. So William, if you had 7, you did 84,000, 7 12s are 84. Thomas, you did 6 15s and 90. You did about 110,000 steps, is that right?
Yeah, thereabouts, yeah.
Okay. So Par's in the lead this week.
Yes, sounds good.
All right, then. I think we best close this for now. If you could do the honors, please. I am definitely up for the no junk food challenge this week. And we'll update on the fruits and the vegetables and the skipping, all of those things this time next week. And don't forget, everybody, we've still got the 5K challenge by the end of the month. You can do it anytime you want.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And what was the video that we need to post? One of you mentioned that we need to do a fitness act. One of you mentioned a video of something.
Wasn't that last week where?
No, I thought it was in this one, but perhaps it's a senile moment. Okay, right. You can say goodbye to everybody, Thomas.
All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's great to have you all. We love doing this for you. We love doing this for ourselves. Make good choices this week. Be happy. Love yourselves. Have a great time. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Take care and goodbye.
Yeah, bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.